What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ARP back with the Sorry is True podcast. Shout out to everybody in the chat joining. Shout out to the whole Checks and Balances chat. Appreciate y'all holding me down as always. Make sure y'all like, share, and comment when it comes to this video. Keep helping the boy push this channel. I appreciate y'all. We dropped two good ones last night. I dropped a joint on Meek Mill's career, and we took a deeper look into the power structures. I even saw a comment of somebody saying like, yo, why did ARP do the all seeing eye type of thing or whatever in the thumbnail and all that? Because if you watch the video, don't just pay attention to the pictures. Don't be one of them people. If you watch the video, I really draw parallels into the power structures that's above the Meek Mills of the world and how you get into certain areas, arenas, offices, rooms next to certain people and how people have certain agendas and will push things through you. So, watch the live, watch the video, and you'll get it. We try to have a little bit of a more deeper thought in certain angles that we discuss on this channel. I also dropped the 1090 Jake reaction to him exposing or re-exposing or adding new exposing elements to this whole Rick Ross beef, him going back and forth with Drake. Check those two lives out there on the channel, y'all. But let's get into this. Y'all see the title. Oschino just bombed on Charleston White on a JayZ interview, and shout out to Oschino, shout out to JayZ. JayZ is a interview platform. There's some pretty well-known interview platforms out there. His is one of them. And I put the video for the JayZ interview that we're talking about here on this live in the description. So everybody wants to watch this live and then check that out and see what I'm referencing when we talk about Oschino or the Oschino part of this live. Go into the description, you'll see it. All right, shout out to those two guys once again. Backstory for anybody that's out the loop, because we really just did a live talking about Charleston White doubling down while he was clowning the passing of Gillie the Kid's son. Once again, if you didn't see that live, or if you don't know the backstory of Charleston White and that very, very controversial situation, is Charleston White and Gillie the Kid, they have their own little disagreements and back and forths over whatever, right? This person's right, this person's wrong, this person started it, this person didn't, this person DM'd me, this person said this to me. But sometime after their differences, Gillie the son's son tragically passed away. Charleston White gets on live and did something unthinkable. Totally clowned and laughed at the fact that this man, Gillie, lost a son. It was disgusting. I did a video on it. Crossing the line isn't even the words to really break down or define what Charleston White did. This live here, we're going to actually veer even off of the Oschino and the Charleston White topic, and we're going to talk a little bit deeper into why it doesn't matter, right? So I really do respect Oschino for this interview. Oschino is an older guy. He has his background. He's been through a lot. But to hear him get on camera and address so boldly and so directly things that are just flat out wrong is something that you have to respect. A lot of people tote the line. A lot of people will play like, around the edges when it comes to controversial topics. When they're on camera, they may get around their boys or their friends in private and say something way deeper or way more impactful. Oschino got on that camera on the JayZ interview. He went as far as to almost wishing death on Charleston White. Let's keep it real. I don't want to misinterpret his own words. When this live is over, go into the description and watch it for yourself. But he was like, man, you come to Philly, somebody, you bump into the wrong person in Philly, you're going to get zipped up behind actions like that in any city, in any state. I said it before. I said challenging a man or emotionally attacking a man that lost their child, there's nothing worse than a parent can go through, a mother or a father, which is losing a child. That is hell on earth. Right. And to clown that, you could see like, yo, that's a deadly game that Charleston White is playing. But Charleston White plays deadly games because it pushes his name. It pushes his controversy. He gets paid off of it. He gets interviews off of it. One thing that I thought was also interesting about this interview now is JayZ and Charleston White, they pretty much have like a very strong interview relationship. It's almost like Vlad and Lil Boosie, where you have this reoccurring guest, and anytime we doing an interview, it's like Jordan and Pippen. Once again, that's JayZ and Charleston White. Charleston White has been on the Say Cheese platform countless times. They probably call them or consider themselves at bare minimum business friends at this point, right? And Charleston White does views on that platform, reinserts himself into the algorithms on that platform, becomes a discussion point on that platform. And one thing that I noticed is that Oschino sat right there in Say Cheese's face and totally snapped on Charleston White. Went in saying how he's a clown. It's disgusting. I can't see how any man would ever respect that. I can't see how people was listening to that interview in the background watching Charleston White and laughing. I don't understand that. And I loved it. I loved it. I was sitting there like, Oschino. You could think that Oschino is some old salty guy because he's got interviews talking about his issues with Meek Mill. And you could think like maybe, all right, he had his run and now it's over. And now here he is talking about, think whatever you want to think about the man. I've had times where I've seen things in the past that Oschino did. And I was just like, that might be a little odd. We all do. None of us are perfect. But this shit right here redefines who Oschino is to me. Because he sat right there in Say Cheese's face and had this stuff to say about his business partner. And soon as Oschino was done talking, and then Say Cheese continues his line of questioning, you didn't even hear Say Cheese challenge him. You didn't even hear Say Cheese say anything like, well, let me offer this back as a to be devil's advocate, or this angle of to be objective. You didn't hear none of that. Let me put this up here real quick too. I'm not gonna play anything. I just want y'all. Let me put this up here while we talking, y'all. Let me put this up here. This is the interview I'm talking about, y'all, and y'all make sure that y'all go and check this out after this live is over. Okay. I thought it was very, very sturdy of a man for him to sit there and talk like that to the person that basically is promoting to some degree. And I'm not faulting Say Cheese. It's not Say Cheese's fault. Charleston White is his own man, but you're still given the opportunity and the platform. You're still being an enabler to a degree. And the way that Oschino really, really laid into his answers about that and to not get any type of response or pushback from Say Cheese, I felt said a lot. I felt it said a lot. Now let's get off of the Oschino and this interview, angle of it. Let's chop a little bit deeper into this. You see, the title says, "But it doesn't matter." Why would I say, "But it doesn't matter"? The reason why it doesn't matter is because who Oschino is and also what Oschino is. Opinion time. Who is Oschino? It's a small name artist, from the past who has since become, he's done blogging. I believe he puts content on his channel. I catch some of his videos here and there. I'm not sure what else he does actively in the industry. His name isn't necessarily from an industry standpoint what it used to be. He is with Rockefeller, during their heyday. And now Oschino is probably more so looked at as, a solid hustler from Philly and just does his thing, whatever that is, content or whatever he's into these days. That's who Oschino is from the outside looking in, right? What is he? When I say because of what he is, what is he? It's another black man. Because of who he is and because of what he is, interviews like this don't matter. What do you mean by that, ARP? Come on, rock with me, checks and balances. Tell me if I'm crazy. Charleston White has been attacked before for his antics. He's gotten consequences before for his antics. I'm not talking about if he gets punched in the face in the barbershop, somebody puts hands on real quick, or, jumps on stage while he's at one of his comedy shows. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about how you really, really shut somebody down and muffle somebody. Dave Chappelle said, messing with somebody's ability to support themselves or earn a living is akin to killing them. When you stop somebody from earning a living, that's one of the real debts that you can impose on somebody that you have an issue with. Didn't Charleston White have some shows in New York that were canceled? Him and Academics, right? They were canceled. It's not like walking into the Say Cheese studio doing an interview and Say Cheese paying you $10,000 for this interview and then rocking out and promoting on YouTube. No, the man had a show or shows, plural, whatever, booked at venues in New York. And around the time, you guys can Google it, pull it up, he was in the midst of controversy around racist accusations because of things he was saying towards the Asian community. You want to know what happened? That shit got shut down. That show got halted. Not happening. It's a wrap. Let's step away from Charleston for a second. Let's use another example, because Charleston really is this fucking big on the totem pole. He's just a little internet guy. 5,000 here, maybe 2,000 here, 10,000 there. That's peanuts in the grand scheme of this fucking world. That ain't big money in this world. He's not no big name or no big figure in the grand scheme of this world. He's an internet presence, and some people are entertained by him. I'll keep it 1,000. Some of his interviews entertain me too. Okay, that's what Charleston White is. He's a peanut. He's a peon on the real totem pole of life out here. Okay, let's use a bigger person though. Let's use a Kanye West. Because at the time when he did that Drink Champs interview, right, wasn't he a billionaire? Before Adidas started retracting from his contracts and his business partners and all this type of whatnot, he was bragging what he was a billionaire, right? People were joking. First billionaire, to become and to not become or fall out of being a billionaire that fast. Why? Because the anti-Semitic shit that he went up on Drink Champs and said. Look at the impact. So we talk about Oschino saying this type of shit directly to JayZ. Here you go, Kanye West directly saying this shit towards Nori, right? On a huge platform, Drink Champs, one of the biggest podcasts out there, a huge platform, right? He's doing all that anti-Semitic stuff and offending the Jewish community. What did Noriega do? Noriega didn't stop Kanye West in the middle of his rants or in the middle of his speech. That's during the moment. Fast forward, they didn't even edit it out. What I'm doing right here for y'all is live. If I say some wild shit right now, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can record whatever screen, it's going out. You know what I mean? So let alone if I pre-recorded my shit, edited it, reviewed it, watched it, and then still dropped it. So not only did Nori not challenge Kanye West right there in the moment, but even at the editing table, they didn't challenge what they was about to put out publicly. So that shows to me that Nori had to retract, because what did his ass do? Got on camera and apologized. And not what they pulled whatever they did. He had to retract publicly. Why? Because the Jewish community came out and real factions came out and said, we have a problem with what Kanye West was just up there saying. So who do I get to blame? Kanye West is to blame. Where was he? Sitting in front of Nori? Nori, come here. Come over here for a second. Nori, whoa. I don't want this type of smoke. Shout out to Nori. But once again, if you don't check it right there in a moment and you don't check it at the editing table and then you still drop it, but then you apologize later, what does that mean? Sorry, it's true. The people and the powers that came, they had a problem. Oh, nah. Pardon, y'all. I'm going to exit stage left. That's what happened. Okay? That doesn't happen when Charleston White, attacks another black man like Gilly or whoever. It doesn't happen, right? We got big influences though in the black culture. I know I just gave examples of, the Jewish community coming out and fighting their fights. Look what the baby went through, right? Right? Even the gay community, right? They come out and fight their fights. The baby says something on stage that wasn't appreciated. His ass apologizing on camera next to. Losing deals, losing money, can't show tours, canceled, all types of shit. Dave Chappelle on his special talk about, please don't cancel the baby. Why? Gay community will come out and fight their fights. Kanye West, you said what? Jewish community going to come out and fight their fights. We have representatives in our culture, but there's a big difference of how we choose to fight, if we fight at all. Let's say JayZ. I use JayZ a lot because of how successful he is, how much of a mogul he is, how powerful he is, and how tapped in he is to people in every branch. Obama, he could talk to, you know what I'm saying? While Obama's running for president, JayZ sitting there hyping him up and endorsing him, whatever. Like, he's tapped in the JayZs of the world, right? If JayZ came out right now and Beyonce, for example, and said, Charleston White ain't got no business doing interviews. We don't rock with that. That is whack. He don't belong on camera. I'm disgusted at what he's doing and the things that he's saying. The JayZs of the world might react different. Oschino's just not the right person or the right color to impact stopping a Say Cheese or somebody else from giving a platform to a Charleston White. That's the reality. Look how influential JayZ is. JayZ will have y'all throwing out your jerseys and putting on button-ups because he drops the song Change Clothes and Go. He's the guy that say, yo, spinning rims is dead. I'm playing rims. Spinning rims, if you own that, if you were Spreewell at that time, Spreewell rims or whatever, you lost money. He'll come out deaf to auto-tune, fuck up T-Pain's career, hurt T-Pain's career at the time. He'll have motherfuckers feeling away if you got a Range Rover 4.0 instead of a Range Rover 4.6. JayZ extremely influential over the years. Very. Those are the type of people that if they come out in the Black community and stand against shit, there will be extreme reactions. A lot of people will follow suit. A lot of people like, yo, I'm with yeah, JayZ said this. Wait, what happened? They'll go do their homework the same way I'm just talking about Oschino's joint right now. They'll go do their homework. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we do need to cancel or get Charleston White out of here. That's what would happen. But the Black culture is different than the Jewish community or the Asian community or the gay community. We have this thing that's embedded in us where we stop ourselves from checking shit that don't hit close to home. That is the nature of who we are and how we are. We have this thing as well that comes from our community of we're hating. Technically, in our community, if you're involved in somebody's business that isn't yours and it's from a negative standpoint and it could affect that person's money, right? In a Black community, you can fit the description of a hater. You think the gay community gave a fuck about who the baby was talking about or gave a fuck about who Kanye West thought he was, whatever? No, it's a community thing. It's a cultural thing. We don't come out, our power figures don't come out and do that unless it hits close to home or they have their own personal reasons or agendas why they would chime into something like that. This is not the JayZ of the world's fault. Don't take this the wrong way, y'all. But I'm just trying to show y'all the difference between our culture and our community. This is why I say Oschino's just not the right person or sometimes even the right color to come out and still say right to Say Cheese's face how disgusted he is in that, and it won't change nothing. It won't change nothing. It depends. It matters who you are. And that's a shitty thing about our society too. We want to listen and pay attention to the people who have all that influence. But whatever happened to right is right, wrong is wrong. Morals are morals, principles are principles. That's why I had so much fucking disgust in the battle rap industry at times. I was like, I don't give a fuck who this person's name is. I don't give a fuck what league that is or what battle rapper that is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And there's a level of dick sucking if you're just going to co-sign some shit, even while it's blatantly fucking wrong. Let me calm down before somebody, oh shit, he called Say Cheese. Nah, I didn't. All right. I'm just fucking getting passionate about our people, our culture, modern day society, and how we don't protect our community. How we don't protect it. The Charleston Whites of the world is allowed to run around and degrade our people, his own people, and banter and do the type of shit that he's doing. And it's just going to continue to be entertainment. People's going to get a bag off of him. He's going to earn a bag from it. And he's going to continue to spread his message until he gets stopped because, oh, he dissed the Asians, stop his show. Until Kanye West says, oh, wait, and blah, 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 pull him off of Adidas. Kanye West doesn't even have those. I mean, not Kanye West. Charleston White doesn't even have those opportunities, right? Once again, he's a small guy in this world. So he's dancing around on the small areas of life and the industry, picking up 5,000 here, 3,000 here, 10,000 here, whatever. No, that's peanuts. And you're not offending the right people. You're not offending from the Black community, the people that actually have influence. And sometimes you could even justify, or I should say, you can even prove that you're not offending the right culture or the right band of people, the right community. Because we don't band together like that to get cancers out of here. It's in my DNA, right? That shit, it's this is all topics that we can get into. I'm not going to do it here on this particular live, but Shout out to Oschino. Really respect his interview, and shout out to JayZ. I ain't blaming JayZ for it, but that's why that shit don't matter. It's deeper than Charleston.